Hey, Jameson here, and I wanted to share with you something I've discovered recently in my life, which is something I've been doing subconsciously, and I've now just kind of put it into words and a diagram here. It's basically playing with order and entropy, and this is for like when you're programming or problem solving or even just a lot of other areas of life as well. It'll make more sense when I describe it. But the basic idea is that instead of trying to live your life in like complete order or in utter disarray or utter entropy. Like those people who have their car is a mess and their room is a mess. There's like cans of soda all over the place. Like that's entropy. And then an order is kind of the opposite of that. Someone who vacuums every crevice of their room, or in programming this might be, order could be just following all the best practices to a T, in fact, to a fault, following the best practices when you don't even know what you're doing yet. So what I'm trying to describe here in this video is how to cycle between these two things effectively so that you essentially squeeze more productivity out of yourself, and it's actually a lot easier to live life in this way. So like, let's say that you're just organizing some files on your computer, and then let's say that these files, let's say one of them is named monkey.txt or something like that, just a random file, and you're trying to organize this. You only have one file to organize, so you think, well, maybe I'll just put this into a folder called monkey because that's the name of the file. So when there's only one thing, like being obsessed about the order is a little bit ridiculous. So it's kind of best to start out in entropy and then wait for enough entropy to build up to where you can organize it. So before organizing that file into a folder, you might think, well, like, why do I even need to do that? There's only one. And so you might wait for more files to accumulate on your file system. Like, let's say these are just things that you're downloading from the internet. You're downloading a bunch of text files about different animals or something. So let's say you download another one, and then this one is called giraffe.txt or something like that. So now you've got two files in your file system, and you're starting to get a little bit more entropy, a little bit more disorder. And so now you might think, well, okay, well, I'll make a folder called animals and then put these two files into that folder called animals. And that might not be a bad idea. But, I mean, the longer you wait to move from here to here, the more accurate your ordering is going to be. For instance, if you downloaded, two more files, and then those two more files were called lamp.txt and microphone.txt. At this point, we have four files: monkey, giraffe, lamp, and microphone. Maybe we can make two different folders. Maybe this will be the thumbnail. We can make two different folders for, the monkey and the giraffe, because those are animals, so maybe one folder for those, and then another folder for, we'll call it like recording gear or something like that. So only until you've acquired a sufficient amount of entropy does it even make sense to move from entropy to order. Okay, and we've kind of just looked at like a file ordering as an example here, and that's very relevant to programming. But another example of when this could be useful is, let's say that you want to make an app, but you don't know which idea to pursue, or if you should just focus on one, or so the right way to do this is to start out in entropy and explore different app ideas, and then once you've sufficiently explored them, you can sort of go and focus on only the most important one, maybe two, I guess. And so this cycle is really present in a lot of things in the universe. It's a pretty broad concept, order or entropy and order. In general, this is just another pattern to use when you're solving problems in your life. You might think that instead of trying to go just hard, like, all right, we should have no process for our business, complete entropy, everyone just does whatever we want, or we should have complete order, everything must be tracked down to a T. Instead of thinking so binary like that, try and see these two forces working together and how you can create an optimal process around cycling between these two things, using entropy to increase your understanding of a problem, and then using order to collapse that understanding into efficiency. Anyways, that wraps up this short video. I know it's kind of out there, but I thought this topic was really interesting, and I just noticed this relationship here. I've been kind of doing stuff like this all along, but now I'm just kind of putting it into words, and I thought I'd share it with you guys. So thanks for watching. If you haven't already, remember to subscribe to my YouTube channel, and I'll see you in the next video.